Hey, you know what's happening on Tuesday night? It's called Loose Ends, 5:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Pete has spearheaded this new show on the Patreon channel. It's included with your $5 membership. We go over everything from fan questions. Another thing I love on this thing is the songs, the top 30 songs. I always come in with some obscure song no one's ever heard of. I'm also picking up on Lou's and Pete's taste in music. We cover a lot. It could go for 2 hours. I've seen some of this stuff go 2 hours and 13 minutes. So join us every Tuesday, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Loose Ends on Patreon.
Live, baby. Live.
This episode is sponsored by Seed. This summer, I've been taking care of myself, as you all know, talking on the cast, trying to get my health right, my sleep right, my glucose, the whole thing, and eating healthy and getting some of the nice sun and some exercise. Trying to look good. And, whether you're off to the pool, you're PD, you're hiking, you're traveling this summer, God knows I've done a lot of that. You're bringing your microbiome with you, too. And there's 38 trillion bacteria that live in and on you, especially in your gut. And they're essential to whole body health. So Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic benefits your gut, skin, heart health in just 2 capsules a day. Now, Seed has been easy to take, making my gut and my digestion feel great. And because it doesn't need refrigeration and comes with a cool case, it's easy to take on the road. We do it when we're touring with the It Ain't Right show. Your gut is a central hub for various pathways through the body, and a healthy gut microbiome means benefits for digestion, skin health, heart health, your immune system, and much, much more. That's what makes Seed so great. Right, Pete?
That's it. So support your gut this summer with Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. Go to seed.com/thecast and use the code 25thecast to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/thecast. Code 25thecast.
This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
What's up? What's going on? Hitting the Pete and Sebastian Show hard today with a little canary yellow. Thought I might. Just got back from Mexico, so I thought I'd hit the tan.
Tan looks
little
great,
yellow
bro.
Against it. Well, it's a lot has to do with the canary yellow. It comes through, so I'm excited.
Everything pops with a tan. Everything pops with a tan. So, did we do any sunblock at all? What level? What do we do when you hit Mexico? Do you start out hard with nothing, and then add as the day goes on? How do you play it to get color but yet protect the skin?
Well, I have to come clean here. I've been lying to my wife. I don't do sunblock.
It's one of the coolest things a man can say right there. Lying to his wife about using sunblock. Bro, that's so old school. I love it. It's like sneaking a Marlboro in the backyard and then washing your hands before you come in, throwing a mint in.
I get in the pool and she goes, "You got sunblock on?" "Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it." Now,
That's right.
Is that smart? Probably not at my age. Skin ain't what it used to be. But I just find it cumbersome. I think it screws up the ritual of just jumping in the pool,
Right.
taking that extra step to put the stuff on, and it's like, it leaves a film on your skin that I'm not, and then it gets in your eyes, and I don't know, man. This is no SPF, not peeling.
Right.
Just just a hint of sun, though. Like, not out there 24/7. I'm in the shade. I'm popping around. It's not like I'm laying out. I don't do layout anymore.
Right.
I do activities that are outdoor, that I'm clothed. I got shorts on and a shirt.
Yeah.
Got some sunglasses on. There's no more laying out. You lay out still?
I don't lay out, but I'll read a book on a lounge chair, you know. I'll chill out on a lounge chair, hang out with my wife, have a cup of coffee or something like that. But I'm not like laying there to tan. But I have to ask you. You say you wear your shades. Do you ever take your shades off to avoid getting the white raccoon eyes and give yourself a nice balance? Do you ever take that into consideration?
No, I do not. I do not. Okay. And I don't always have sunglasses on. So it gives me kind of a back and forth. Like if I'm in the pool, I don't got sunglasses on. But if I'm playing tennis, I got sunglasses on. So I feel like the infrequency of sunglasses gives me a nice even hue throughout the face.
Do you sit in a Chase lounge chair ever and relax?
This vacation, I sat in a chair around the table talking with Lana and with a glass of wine, but I don't like reading in the heat.
Yeah.
It's again, the book gets wet. I don't know. I to be honest with you, bro, I'm not reading.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That's fine. Yeah, no problem. But I mean, you're never just sitting in the lounge chair. Because I'm curious if you ever, like, if you do that, do you ever put on lotion? Like, when would you be inclined to put on sunblock? I mean,
never.
Wow.
You know what I'm doing?
What?
I don't know if this is a new move, but I do what I like to call afterglow. I'll get out of the shower and I'll put this blue juice I got. It's like an oil from Italy,
already love it. I already love it.
To lock in the tan.
Oh,
right. I feel
it's great.
I'll do an after oil, and I feel like the after oil might save me from doing the SPF. I mean, this is my own Italian logic.
Right.
Again,
right. Yeah.
We have a disclaimer on the Pete and Sebastian show. None of the stuff that I or Pete says is medically proven without any research. None of that shit. It's just a feeling.
Yes.
And
listen, eyes don't deceive. You look fantastic, bro. Eyes don't deceive. If I was a doctor in the 1800s and you walked in, I'd go, get out of here. You look great. But there's a couple things I want to ask you, though, because I don't use sunblock either. But like the other day, I was out on the lake on a stand-up paddleboard, and when I came into the shower that night, again, no peeling or anything. Okay, you know when you cook chicken and they say when you take the chicken off, it's still kind of cooking because it's so hot on the inside? Now, I got in the shower. Have you had this? And I could feel my skin was at a high surface temperature than it fucking normally is. It was cooking. So I had to hit myself with some cold water. And there was a part of me that was like, Jesus Christ, guy, you got to pump the brakes. You got some fucking nerve here, you know? It's like a guy who, you know, I remember John Mellencamp says he used to smoke 5 packs of Marlboros a day. 5. By the time he's packing that 5th pack, is he going, Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. Because I'm cooling off my skin. Bro, I'm cooling off my skin. It's like I'm in an oven. But the other part to this is you have had, for fact, relatives, great grandpas, great uncles that are probably out in that Sicilian sun building churches 200 years ago. No sunblock. They're not sitting there stopping, going, Luigi, give me some of the fucking whatever. Have you ever heard of a relative in your life dying from skin shit? I'm telling you. It's not going to be what put you down, bro. It's not going to be what put you down.
Probably not. Hopefully not. But I just feel a liberation out there, frolicking around the sand with no sunblock on. And sorry, Lana, but you married a Sicilian, and this is what we do. We go out there unprotected. I do want to touch on a few things. I know we have to get into your vacation, and sorry I've been off the grid. I know there's a couple text messages that I left unread with you. No response, no nothing. I tapped out pretty hard on this vacation. Had my father with me, brought my father to Mexico.
Nice, man.
Which was great. I want to get into an activity that we did, and I don't know. I mean, you could probably relate to this. We did horseback riding.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to be honest. Horseback riding initially sounds like a good idea, right? But when you're on the horse and you're just, this was on the beach, horseback riding on the beach, and you're just,
nice.
Plodding along the beach. What's the time limit on that in your eyes? Like, how long could you do that for where you go, just turn around? What's the...
Am I alone? Like, I mean, I don't want to ruin it for everybody else, but I mean, my ass hits the saddle, and I'm like, I'm done. Dude, I went to this horse ranch. I didn't get on a horse. I went up to 2 and I pet the nose and hey girl, I gave it a little grass. It was fucking done. I went back to the lake. Last year I went on 1 horseback ride because it was mandatory to start. Jackie and Sadie are on them every day. I don't ride horses. Boring as shit. There is very few things as boring as sitting on the back of a plodding horse. And all I'm thinking, you're going to slip and roll over? Because if I die on a horse, all this hard work, 10 years of the cast, and I die on a fucking horse. Holy. So, I don't know. And it's not good for the back. How do you feel about the whole thing? Do you find it to be fun? Horseback riding?
I think I went once in my life when I was a kid. I don't even remember it. But I took, Caruso was on the horse with me, which he was sitting in front of me, and the saddle ain't big, right? So he's like literally... his ass is on my nuts.
Right.
And
how old is he now?
I got my dad. He's 5.
Not old enough to do his own horse?
A little too young to be on the horse alone. I mean, he could have probably went on it, but I didn't have enough horses. We didn't get enough horses for everybody to have their own horse. Because I just felt, I'm just going to do it with my son. Lana's going to do it with Serafina. My dad had his own horse.
All right.
They're supposed to last an hour. About 17 minutes in, I told the guy, take it back. We're done.
The whole family was done, or just you?
The whole family. Even Caruso looked up at me and go, Dad, go back. I said, so 34-minute horse ride.
Do you? I gotta ask you. Do you feel bad? Do you feel bad for the people that took you out? Like, do you think that they did something wrong?
No, they're thinking our day's ending early.
Yeah,
they don't give a shit. Right back to the thing. Get these horses in the van and let's go have some beers. They don't give a shit. What they do wrong? We're on this thing, and my horse, lets out these, like this, a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what is that? No, he's sneezing. I said, is he sneezing, or is this horse? Because I'm looking. Let's be honest. The horses look sad. They look sad.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're in Mexico on a beach that they got dropped off in a truck. Like what? I mean, where I am, they're like treated like gold. It's unbelievable what the treatment they get where I am. They look very happy because I look out for that too.
Well, I mean, do you think you could tell if a horse is sad or not? Or is that just the resting stoic face that they have?
Stoic face, but I make my own decision based on their environment. You know what I mean? Like if a horse is in the back of a trailer on I-90 doing 75, it could be laughing at a joke another horse just told in the trailer. But in my head, I'm like, oh, they're fucking miserable. You know what I mean? Because I think it's miserable. From what you're telling me, I'm a horse in Mexico and I get dropped off in the back of a van. And by the way, that's not a sneezing. I spent 2 weeks at a ranch the past 2 years. That's like a way a horse was breathing. It's not fucking sneezing. Jesus. This episode is sponsored by Seed, man. This summer, I've been doing my best to take care of myself, to exercise. We all do, right? We do what we can. And you got to do that because, you know, you're bringing your microbiome with you wherever you go. That's 38 trillion bacteria that live in and on you, especially your gut, and are essential to whole body health. But with Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic, you get benefits to your gut, your skin, your heart, health in just 2 capsules a day. I do mine morning and night. It's beautiful. One before breakfast, one after dinner. Seed has been easy to take. And it makes gut digestion feel great. And the travel case is nice. It comes in this little tube, easy to travel with. Seed is so great with clinical trials and breakthrough research published in top scientific journals. Seed's probiotic research and development make DS-01 a product you know and you can trust. Also, Seed's patented capsule-in-capsule design means all 24 strains of bacteria survive the journey from shipping to your door through digestion without synthetic or chemical coatings. No refrigeration needed, which is huge, especially when you're traveling. And not only has every ingredient been tested individually in scientific studies for their safety, dosage, and benefits, the DS-01 formulation as a whole has been evaluated in 2 clinical trials. You know about that though, right, Sebastian?
Yeah, support your gut this summer with Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. Go to seed.com/thecast and use the code 25thecast to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month with Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/thecast, code 25thecast. So we did that.
Yeah.
Well, let me throw it back to you because I got to recollect and reevaluate and what happened. I don't want to stick on this topic too long. I want to hit the ball into your court, and I want to clue in the listeners on a text exchange we did have. And if you don't mind, I'll read what you said about the vacation. Is that public consumption?
Sure.
I'll read it, and if you don't like it, we'll.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, man? Bloom is off the rose with this place. Great time, but not coming back again. Time to try something else. Hiked 18 miles in 2 days in Glacier National Park. Looking forward to casting, rejoining the tour. So, what happened? Yeah. Did you feel this upon arrival, or did this take 2 or 3 days to go, yeah, we're done? Like, was the magic there when you pulled in?
It wasn't there. It wasn't there the way it was the first year. I mean, you pull in the first year and right away you're like, look at the horses, look at everything. So you pull in and it's all still beautiful and awesome, but it's not the first time you're seeing it. But yet you're not ready to admit it. It's like running into an old flame and wanting the connection to be there, but it's not. It's just not. And you're like, well, when we get dinner, then we'll connect over wine. And then you get dinner, it's still not. You're like, oh, shit, it's just not there. So everything was beautiful and it was a great time, but all these little magical moments that you didn't know were coming, you knew were coming. So kind of like took the first year, they pulled out this giant slip and slide that takes you all the kids down the hill and shoots them into the lake. It's unbelievable. But this year you're like, oh yeah, Jack, slip and slide day, here it comes. So it's still awesome, but it's not like, what the hell is this? By the way, bro, You just played a brand new arena in Los Angeles, California. You played these huge arenas. This tour is going amazing. And you're asking about my trip. I thought we'd start with that. I mean, I got to get into that. I want to talk about it. It's unbelievable. I can't.
I'd rather hear about the magic being gone in Montana.
Yeah.
That's where the real story is here. I mean, can you go back? I guess this is the larger question. Can you continually go back to a vacation spot year in, year out and have the same great time you've had the year prior? Because I know a lot of people that every summer we go to right? And they have a blast because they love the slide. They love the horse. They love the fire truck or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
Can you do that year in and year out? Or have the Correales decided, listen, we're going to a different place every year because we can't have the same experience that we had last year because we know it's coming?
It's a little of both, bro, because you risk going somewhere else and having a bad vacation, and there's nothing worse. You wait all summer for that, and you know this is great, but we're a 3-man operation. We're a small operation, just me and my wife and daughter. When we go to this place, either I forgot it or I didn't realize it was much more prevalent this time. It's a lot of parents, grandparents with a lot of money that treat the entire clan. So you got every child they have and every husband or wife that person has and their kids. So there's like 20 of them. So like even on Monday morning, you go and you sign up at 7 a.m. They have all these people lined up for all the activities you can do, which is all included. Everything from water skiing to go to an elk preserve, laser tag, hiking, rafting. Great fun stuff. The laser tag's like the cheesiest. I didn't even do that, but apparently that's amazing. But anyway, like one of them is going on this sunset cruise. So Jackie goes, get on the line for the sunset cruise, right? I get on the line. There's one guy in front of me. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do it Thursday night. And he goes, oh, it's filled already. And I'm like, there's one guy in front of me. And he's like, yeah, but thought the entire Reynolds family took the fucking boat. You know what I mean? So then when you go to eat, it's kind of communal. There's a bunch of tables, but you go and you have happy hour. The kids eat separate. They eat upstairs, which Sadie loves, all the kids. And then we all have a happy hour. We have a drink, and it's overlooking the lake. And again, there's a bunch of couches, and everybody migrates to the area. Hey, how are you? How are you? Me and Jackie are always the last ones there. We slide away all the way over to everybody. And they're like, oh, look, and here they come. Fucking don't talk to anybody. I'm just, and I'm polite when anyone talks to me, but I'm on vacation. I'm not on vacation. So then when you go to sit, like one time Jackie and I are sitting, a very nice woman is like, mind if we join you? Oh. Now I'm asking her about Milwaukee and how you like living in Milwaukee and, and it's like, so that part of it. And then you get names. Like you'll hear someone say, hey, Bill, and I told you this last year, you get a list of everyone who's staying there. So then we go to the room and we're like, Bill. I go, must be Bill because his wife, she said, Carol, this is the family. Then you Google them. And I'm like, dude, Bill played in Michigan with the Fab Five, the freshman. He was the 6th man off the bench. His name wasn't Bill, but I'm like, holy shit. Another guy went to Yale. So whenever we'd see him at dinner, I'm like, oh, there's Yale. There's Yale. And then you get so caught up in it. At one point, Jackie's Googling herself. I go, what are you doing? I just want to see what they would see if they Googled me. Oh, God. And she goes, it says here I did research for Columbia University. I go, wow, you think they're doing that deep of a dive on you that they're finding that? So you get way too in your head, man.
I want to stop you there.
Yeah, man.
If you do a dive on somebody, like let's say you look up Bill, and let's say one of the first things on Google is that he was Fab Five or the 6th man. How many pages do you go on someone where you get a good grasp of who they are? Do you ever go to like Google and go, oh, let's go to the next page to see what else comes up?
Right.
How many pages do you got to go through on somebody's Google to figure out who the fuck they are? I mean, how deep do you go?
Yeah. I usually only have to go a page if I find them, because nobody, for whatever reason, which is one thing is cool, no one ever asks anybody what they do at this place. So, I just really
everybody
want to know.
A nighttime activity at this place is looking everybody up online. So that's why everybody knows.
But Jackie swears nobody else does that. Even though she looked up herself, she's like, we're the only two that do that. I go, you really think we're the only two that do that? I don't know. And sometimes you take a name and you can't find them. And then all of a sudden you'll find an image and you're like, there he is. Lawyer, Chicago, partner in a firm. There we go. So, but I would do. Yeah,
you know what?
What?
We do this too. Lana is, she should be in like forensics the way she finds somebody. She could get like, she'll be at the table and she'll hear interior design. From interior design, she comes up with the person. Like, she just needs a fragment of information.
Right? Like, you can just tell Lana interior design, and 5 seconds later, she's like, UCLA Design School. Started out of Parsons in New York City. Right? Just like Sherlock Holmes. How the fuck did you do that? Yeah, I love it. Well, I was saying to Jackie about you because, it's a very much, you're looking at people and like for example, this gets to you, but one woman said, we saw her last year. She's with her husband, very nice people from California, real nice, and they have 2 kids, and they're like, are you coming back next year? And we're like, nah, I think we're done. We had a great time. And this is like second day there, and I'm telling Jackie, nah, you can't be telling people you're not coming back 2 days in, all right? Now we just got a dark cloud over us, like they can't wait to get the fuck out of here, right? So plus I did 18 miles. I banged, my knee was a mess. I'm limping like bad throughout this place. That's a side thing, bro. I feel like when you're in a resort, I feel like the GM could come up to you and go, get your fucking check out. I don't need you limping around my fucking property. People think it happened from an activity here. You see somebody limping, it just lowers the aesthetics of everything, right? Beautiful lobby, and here comes a 50-year-old guy limping through. Oh, God. But I won't do the black knee brace. But anyway, at one point, Jackie's like ripping. She's like, look at this, look at that. And I go, man, you and Sebastian would like, that's a power couple as far as this goes, because neither one of you two, I go, I do it too. I make fun, and I'm sure Lana does too. I go, but you two never let off the gas pedal. Never. You never have a lull where you're like, I'm sure they were nice, da-da-da. Like, it's always, look at this, look at that. Look. Which I admire, but like, so everybody, so there was 60 kids there this year. 60. And there's only like 140 guests in the whole place. So there were kids running everywhere. And that, again, they're all brothers and sisters, so, but Sadie made a friend early on, and that was great. But yeah, we're moving on.
How do you feel, or do you have any opinion on, let's say, the patriarch of the family, the matriarch of the family, footing the whole bill for the 20 other people in the family that can't afford to go to these things?
Yeah.
Do you look at the other people that are hanging on to the cape of the patriarch, and do you have do you
I can't even tell you what I'm about to. Go ahead.
That's all you needed from me. Go ahead, because you know where I'm going with this.
Everyone has balconies, right? So like when it's time for dinner, I'll be out on my balcony. I see them all walking over. I put words in their mouth as they're walking. Like I have the guy saying, I don't want to eat whenever your father says. Why do we have to go eat? Just because your father says it's time to go eat. Because my father paid for the whole thing, Ken. And if it wasn't for my father, we wouldn't even be here. So, I mean, the least you can do is wear the nice loafers and just be nice. I mean, if he asks you, all right, I will. But it's not really vacation. It's not even. And you could just see, like I heard one yell out. We're at one point, we're on this elk preserve. Me and Sadie were looking for something to do, and you get out and you're at the top of this mountain. There's only one other couple with us and their kid, and the woman goes, Ken, we have to get down the hill now. I have to get ready for the portrait. Because their whole family, one of the things Grandpa wants is, and then we're all going to meet by the oak tree. We're all going to wear white linen shirts, and we're going to get a family oh yeah. You know that. That was your life if you didn't start selling out arenas. Not even comedy clubs. You had to sell out arenas to go, you know what? We're not doing the horse ranch. Thanks anyway. Pop, 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 pop. You were a social studies teacher away from living that life.
So, Lana and I play a game when we see families like that for the first time. We play a game called Who's Paying the Bill? Like you get 20 people around the table, and you go, who do you think's buying everything? And then we kind of go through the whole thing. We throw the scenarios we come up with, right? No, that's the father, and then we'll go, who do you think the daughter of the father? Yeah, we do the whole family tree, bro. Right at the dinner table.
Yeah,
figure out who's the kid is fucked up, who don't want to be there because he's totally. He's doing fentanyl when he's with his buddies. Now he has to come on this trip and ride a horse. The whole thing, bro. We fucking size up the whole family.
Oh God, it's so funny, man. You can't and it's so you can really see it, Like one night we had they have mice, and they have these bets where you bet on they have.
Oh yeah, they go
and they go across the right, yeah. And when they do the auction,
listen. Don't you told me this last year? Don't you wish they would have changed it up and do like fucking gerbils or something? Just forget like every year it's something different. Maybe a skunk is up there, something. Throw a wrench into the thing, right?
That's what I'm saying. But listen, it's awesome and people love it. But like the one guy, it gets up to like $1,500. He's like, I'll take mouse number 2, it was a woman. And she's like, mouse number 2, we'll take it. And it was like $1,200. And me and Jackie like, $1,200? Where did she get the 12? She does a lean around, and Grandpa pulls $1,200 out of his pocket, slides it over for the mouse. Oh, and then at one point I go to the restroom, and that grandpa's going to the restroom, and his son-in-law's coming out, and he goes, we got mouse number 2. And he's like, okay, Dad, I'll root for it. He's the son-in-law. I'm like, now you got to go out root for a fucking mouse. That's for the trip. You got to go root for number 2. Go root for number 2. I'm so mean. I can't go back now if I wanted to.
Well, no, it's the requirement. Since you're on vacation and you're not paying, you got to now you become a cheerleader for a fucking rat.
Oh God! Oh, and these guys are so loaded. All the money goes to charity anyway. It all goes to charity. So yeah. Oh man, there was something I was gonna say about all that. It was so funny, but yeah.
You know who you could really tell who's fitting the bill. You go to an auction, right? I don't know if you've ever been to one of these auctions with the paddle, right? And they got the family at the table. Whoever's got the paddle, that's who's paying the fucking bill.
Yeah.
I went to a charity event with my father-in-law. They were gonna give me a paddle. I go, I ain't keep the fucking paddle. I ain't one of these.
By the way, what's the legal ramifications if you go, yeah, I'll take it? They go, sold for the guy for $70,000, and they come up to me after. I'm like, hey, I got fucking $70,000. I was just having a good time. Well, you're under arrest. I don't have it. I still don't have the mace. It's over there. Just do it again. I won't say nothing this time. I promise. Right?
I wonder if that ever happened. What, going once, going twice, going 3 times, sold to the guy in the black shirt, and then they come up and give you the paperwork, and you go, "Come on, guy."
Yeah,
I don't
even
got
the sports one. I remember like Pete Alonso was like someone played $20,000 to go fishing with him. They come up to me like, "Hey, I don't even like the boat. I get seasick. I was just fucking around. I go to fish with, you know." So like, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what the ramifications are from that. Oh, that's funny. So, but
So you ain't going back. They did the same thing they did last year.
I got to be
right?
careful though. There's a couple things though. Like the woman in charge. See, first of all, those people from LA I was telling you about, they're like, "You coming back?" And we said no. And they're like, "Our youngest hasn't really got a chance to appreciate." It's an amazing place, all that there is here. And there's they don't advertise anymore, and there's a 3,000 people waiting list. So the minute you tap out, there's 3,000 people waiting to get in. So the woman hears that, she's like, "There's 3," and that's the hook, you know. They're like, that's how they get you in. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my place." And when we checked out, and by the way, all the activities, I went mountain biking and stuff, the people that work there, the young kids, they're phenomenal. And I have to say that, some of them listen to the cast. And when I'm checking out, the lady who runs the whole thing, she goes, "I listen to the cast." And she goes, "I listen on audio, and so-and-so," this guy on the bike, Taylor, great dude, came up to me after you and your daughter did that, and he's like, "You know who that is? That's the guy, Pete." And she's like, I literally listened to you. I've used the term "pulling a Pete" as a joke around here, and I never put 2 and 2 together, you know? So,
I'm upset. You went to go sign up for the thing.
this is the day before checkout, after you pay up and you're about to.
I don't know. You went to go sign up for the, and there was no more spots left. And these people are fans of the cast, and you didn't get like a slide in.
Well, they get you on another day. There's another day. If we can't accommodate you that day, we'll get you another day. And yeah, no, they can't. The guy who got it, he's dropping $80,000 a year, probably for 1 week for the freaking thing. So yeah, he gets it over.
But is the staff walking around saying, "I'm pulling a bill"? No.
Well, this is interesting, as I want your take on this. Yeah, everybody's supposed to eat together, right? It's the last night. And again, Jackie and I are eating alone amongst everybody. We usually find a little spot. The guy who basically started this whole place, he's kind of retired now and his son runs it. And again, this place is one of the greatest places I've ever been in my life. And he made it what it is. He comes over and he goes, and we've run into him a couple times there and there because he lives down the block on a farm, but he still stops by every day to make sure things are going well. Old timer. And he goes, "You mind if I join you?" So, yeah, my meal just came out. I'm like, "No, please." So he sits down. I'm like, I guess he's just going to talk to us for a minute. And then as soon as he sits down, staff comes over and plops a steak down for him. I'm like, "Whoa, guy's eating with us." This is like being on a cruise ship and the captain coming over going, "Can I sit with you?" Right? So he sits with us. He's telling us the entire history of how his father started the place after World War II. It's an amazing story, right? And then, you know, he goes, "We're only open 10 weeks. So he's got 2,000 acres on arguably the cleanest lake in America. It's stunning, right? So I go, "I can't even imagine with the taxes and stuff." And he's like, "Well, you know," he's basically implying that this entire operation covers taxes and shit like that because it's like such a, you know. So I go jokingly, I can't even. Oh, he goes, "I'm lucky to have a son that wanted to keep it going. Otherwise, I would have probably sold it to a giant corporation." And I go, "I can't even imagine the office you've probably got for this. It's unbelievable." And I go, "Jesus, I wouldn't be surprised if Bill Gates just called up and said, 'I'll give you money for it.'" And then he points to a table and he goes, "I played, what do you call it, the Rubik's Cube. I did a Rubik's Cube for about 2 hours on a rainy day with Bill Gates at that table. He came here for years, once a year, every summer." And the guy who got the place off the ground was Bing Crosby used to come. So I go, "Bill Gates used to stay here?" And he goes, "Yeah, I don't I don't advertise any famous people that ever stay there. Only thing I have them do is sign the chairs, the bottom of the chairs. And then he picks up a chair, holds it up, and Bing Crosby had signed the chair. And I'm like, wow. So now, the next morning, I'm fucking holding up chairs, trying to find names. And a lot of them had nothing on them. And I'm like, does he do this? Because now we were sitting up and we had moved to a different location because they're about to show the video of the whole week. They put a video together. And that's when he was standing in front of the chair and told that story. I'm like, does he know when he's in front of the Bing chair? And then he just does a flip up, you know? Or he just randomly pick a chair.
Do you think Bing's the only one that signed the chair?
That chair.
I would have been. Well, I would have, bro. I would have went in there at 3:00 in the morning and flipped every chair just to find out who the hell stayed there.
I know, but there's always a lot of people in there. They're like, the fuck's this guy doing? They're heavy chairs. I found another one signed by the Von Trapp family. A famous old rich family. But but what you take? Do you think me and Jackie couldn't decide? Do you think he sat with us because he's like, they're always sitting alone, let me join them? Or do you think, I can't help thinking he thought we were the coolest couple at this whole place?
Well, I mean, that's goes without saying.
Anyway, it's an amazing place. It was a great time. But again, it's time to move on, man. Correale's moving on.
He probably sat with you because every other family had 20 mooches leeching off and you guys are there sitting with empty chairs because you're a small family of 3.
Yeah, you're probably right, man. But I would love to take the Maniscalco clan to Glacier National Park with my family to do some serious hiking in a couple of years when Caruso can hold his own. And I'll tell you, bro, what you're going to see in Glacier National Park, you're going to cry. Have you ever had nature make you cry? It didn't make me cry, but it'll make you cry. It's just, I can't even describe what you're seeing in there. I can't even describe it, dude.
Well, I did see some pictures that you guys took. It looked magical. I mean, the creek and the this and the big trees and the mountains. It was pretty spectacular. I mean,
it is.
My question to you, going back to the horse ride, like an 18-mile hike, I'm thinking, God, that sounds boring.
9 miles, 5 in, 5, 4.5 in, 4.5 out, both days. Not 18 total. It's not boring in Glacier because every bend you turn, you're seeing things that, I mean, one of the hikes we started already, like 8,000 feet up. So, and you're going 3,000 more feet up or whatever. So, like, my daughter's 11 years old and she's standing on a glacier. She's on snow in August. She's like, Dad, this is insane. We took her so high. Jackie gets locked in. She gets crazy with her athletics, her running and shit. She just gets like possessed. So we're trying to hike to the top of this mountain. And you know, the weather's fucking changing because you're going higher and higher. And Sadie's 11 and she's not complaining because she knows she's got a week at this horse ranch. And in her head, she's like, I'll be at the horse ranch in 2 days. I'll be at the horse ranch. And it's getting higher and higher and it's getting colder and colder. So you got to put on your jackets now and you're passing snow. And now you're literally just doing switchbacks on the edge of this mountain, trying to get to the highest peak. And then we're going to go down the other side. So now we're about, I'd say, about a football field away from the top. And the wind is howling. And Sadie's like, I can't breathe, Dad. I'm having trouble breathing because it's like the air is thin. And I'm like, that's because your mother told you the air is thin. So now you think you can't fucking breathe, but you really can. So she's like, I don't know if I can go any further. I can't go any further. And then Jackie's like, well, let me just go see where it is. I'm going. And she's like, Jackie's like, I'm going no matter what. I'm going. And I'm like, we're like, all right, no problem. I'm going to wait here. So as Jackie starts going up, now we can't see her. And Sadie's like, where is she, Dad? And then, like, Sadie kicks a rock and it rolls down. I'm like, Sadie, don't kick any rocks. There's people coming up. You could start an avalanche. You just got to be. And she starts to panic. And we're up so high. And she's like, I can't breathe, Dad. I'm getting scared. I got to go down. I go, Sadie, just calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Look at how far you can. It's no problem. I go, just try to go. I can't. I go, okay. You want to go down? We'll go down. I got to go down. I got to go down. So then she turns and she starts to go down like an inch at a time. Because now she's making a big deal looking down at the ledge. And I'm like, you're freaking yourself out, Sadie. Just walk. You got to walk. If we were 2 feet off the ground, you'd walk. Just walk. And she's like getting worked up, but she's going and she's going. And then finally I get her down about 500 yards to like more of a valley, and she's like, calm down. Of course, then Jackie comes down. What happened? I'm like, what happened? She fucking freaked out, but you just get zoned in. So it's intense. It's all intense.
Are you guys in a communication with a cell phone here where you're texting to your wife saying, hey,
no,
we're gonna go back.
No cell reception that high up. Nothing. Mostly none in the park at all.
This is how, bro, this is fucking ridiculous. This is how, this is like a news story. This is like, father and daughter found or missing.
We were all on the trail.
I don't care. Jackie's away from you. I believe when you do these things, especially up in this nature stuff where it's, you're on you got to stay as a family. You can't have one go up, the other go the opposite way. Next thing you know, Jackie slips, she falls, she don't have anybody to help her. Next thing you know, helicopters, search party, right? You got to stay together. You cannot separate when you're in these elements. And it's coincidental in the sense that I had the same thing happen to me, but I was in water. We went snorkeling.
To me, that's way more frightening.
And it was rough.
Oh,
the water was. Kids want to do it. Lana wants to do it. Right now, I got to go in there. I could not live with myself if I was on a boat and my family was getting attacked by a shark. Right?
You did that last time. You didn't go in last time, right?
I didn't go in last time, but there was other people in there. So I felt a little, and I was with Caruso on the boat.
Yeah. So this was just your family going in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got to go in, bro. I mean, how could you live with yourself? How could you live with yourself if a shark got them all? Would you even jump in or would you just be yelling out, I love you?
Here's the scenario I find myself in. So there's a guide and us, the family of four. Kids are like, oh my God. Like, they're like through their mask and their snorkel. My daddy. So I start looking down, right? This coral reef. I see blowfish, rainbow fish, beautiful. I start getting nauseous because I'm in the thing. Nobody else is nauseous, and I'm just sitting there going, "Fuck, man, I might throw up right here in the water, right?" Now I'm not gonna go back on the boat because again, I couldn't live with myself if my family was in the shark infested water. Bro, I don't even know if this is shark infested. You asked the guy, right?
Yeah.
Which I never understood. I go, sharks in here? No shark in here. How do you know what the shark is going to do today? You know what I'm saying?
If it's salt water, a shark could get there.
That's what I'm saying. So the guy goes, he goes, let's go find octopus. Hey, guy, octopus. Wait. Now. To me, an octopus hunting? That's all an octopus. This thing's got 8 legs, bro. All right? There's no fighting off of no octopus. He grabs Caruso's leg with one of the thing. He grabbed my head, Lana's waist. The fucking thing will take the whole family down.
That's what I'm saying.
And still have shit left over.
Like if you were in Orlando and they said we're gonna go octopus looking, we'll go octopus in Mexico. Sounds very dangerous. Sounds very dangerous. Absolutely not. Like by the way, it sounds like you're seeing enough. Well, you are.
Well, yeah, why are we gonna go find danger?
Yeah.
Like, why are we gonna go? Like, this is enough. The fish,
That's
the
it.
blowfish, what the fucking octopus? I don't know what this
Yes.
thing. They fucking come out of it. Can you imagine an octopus coming out of the rock? Hey, get the fuck out of here. Go back to the boat.
That's it.
So-
that's it. Not to mention, you could be, float right into the route of a drug cartel with their boats. Who needs? There's just a lot of moving parts in Mexico. You should be grateful for the safe spot you found. I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
So we all go back. I go to Lana. I go, I ain't feeling right.
I've had that.
I ain't feeling right. I gotta get the hell out of here. She's like, yeah, and I don't know if Jackie might not be this type. I would guess she's not. But Lana's the type where I'm always waiting for her, like, to get ready, and like she's slow.
Yeah, you
Right.
mentioned it. Yes.
Like we're at a party. I go, okay, let's go, and then she's got to say goodbye to everybody that was at the party, and they gotta it's like, all right, come on. So I go, let's go back to the boat, and same thing, but now we're in the water. She's got to go say goodbye to the fish. She got to go underneath and look around some more. When I say it's go, that means get the flippers going and let's go back to the boat. It's not like do another lap. I'm gonna throw up in my mask.
Yeah.
So,
Well, but between the horses and the fish, you're like a 15-minute Frank over here. Everything's 15 fucking minutes.
15 minutes. That's my activity. 15 minutes. We don't do. I don't make a day out of nothing. Like, let's make the day of it. 15 minutes in and out. How much could you see?
I've had the same thing. Last time I snorkeled in my life was in Mexico off of Isla Muhardi, off that island. They had one, and I got sick too from floating. And to this day, Jackie's like, she's like, how bouncy is it that you get seasick floating? But I've never done it since. The other thing I don't like about snorkeling, at some point you always go too far, and the water goes in your tube, and you're spitting it out like you just siphoned gas, or and you're rinsing out. I don't know, man.
Yeah, no.
Again, I don't like, but like, what do we like, bro? You couldn't wait to get out of the water. You couldn't wait to get off the horse. What the fuck? What do you do? What do you like?
Wine.
Oh shit, bro, that's great. Oh shit.
So we all get on the boat.
Wine. Oh shit. I know. I look at my daughter and I'm like, God, I wish you just smoked pot. You're already 11. When are you gonna start doing it? Oh.
Well, you bring up a good point with the kid, and if you and Jackie go on a vacation,
Yeah.
is it the same? Are you guys hiking? Are you guys horseback riding? Are you doing the same activities you would do with your daughter, or is it like, hey, let's show our daughter the horses and the hike?
Yeah.
'Cause
No. Yeah. go ahead.
I found that our kids are making us do stuff that we probably wouldn't do as a couple. Like snorkeling, Lana and I probably would never go as a couple and snorkel, or maybe horseback ride. It's all for the kids. Right? Now, I used to go on vacation, obviously, with my family. They took us to Epcot Center once, right?
Right.
And, Epcot is, you go see different countries. Well, my sister's 6, I'm 10. The fuck do I want to go to Germany for at that age, right?
Right. Yeah.
Totally. And my parents are like, oh, let's go and taste the food in Germany. I'm like, fuck it. Get me out of here. Let's go back to the pool. Now, do you think your daughter is having the same feeling with some of the activities that you're doing for yourselves, not necessarily for your daughter? Is it all for your daughter? Like the hike.
Right.
I would assume the hike is Jackie's activity, right?
It's both of ours. I love it. I love it more than anything. Like when I retire, I want to live near awesome mountains and do that. I really do. But you're right. We don't do that for her, but we want her to get into that. But when we get off that mountain, we fire one up. We get a cup of coffee. We talk about the hike. So it's a lot of. You can't do that with her. So it's a little. But she does it. And Sadie does it. But I could tell that like even when that part of it ended, she whispered to me later in the week, "Yeah, Dad, next year let's try to go back to Hilton Head. I don't want because we're talking about going to Maine and doing like hiking every day." And she's like, "Dad, I don't want to hike every day." And I tell Jackie that. I'm like, this kid. So, but then we took her to a water park one day, and that's totally for her. But I feel like you and Lana might scuba dive or snorkel without those kids.
Fuck
I mean,
that, bro.
you don't think so?
Listen, at this age, definitely not scuba diving.
No.
Scuba
You gotta have a license.
It's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Death sentence.
Shit.
So, what else did we do? We did the horseback riding, the snorkeling.
Can I ask you a packing question?
Yeah.
And you're a celebrity, so maybe you have a different take on this. But like when I came home from our trip, and I told you they do laundry there, which was great. So I'm unpacking, but still it takes you like an hour and a half to unpack everything. And as I'm unpacking, I asked Jackie this, and I wrote it down because I wanted to ask you. When Tom Cruise goes on a vacation, right, and he comes home, like does he unpack his suitcase? And when he goes away, does he pack his suitcase? And what about you? When you come home, you unzipping it and putting all your shit away, or you just throwing the bag down?
Let me take you through what I've just done, and then it's again ironic that you bring this up. One of my Achilles heel in life is packing. I used to love packing. Used to love it. But as much as I have to pack, I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
I have a wonderful assistant. You've met her, I think. Yeah, you met her, Allie, on tour.
Yes.
I took her through my packing regimen. And I said, every time I go on tour, this is what we take. We take 6 pairs of socks, 7 pairs of underwear. We take these jeans, this T-shirt, these socks, these shoes, So I trained her how to pack. She packs the suitcase, right? Mm-hmm. So that's beautiful. That's taken care of.
Beautiful.
I stepped it up. A notch. And this is a little pro tip for when you travel. When I get to the wherever I'm going, I want to get there. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to unzip, hang this.
Do you want the top drawer or the bottom drawer? I think I can get all my stuff on the rack over there. Oh, that's what we do.
I use these packing cubes. Life changing. Do you use cubes?
No. Okay. What are we talking about?
So what it is a zipper. It's like a cube. You zipper, and then you put your underwear in there. You put your socks. You zipper it up. Put it in the bag. The next cube, you put your T-shirts in there, and
okay,
T-shirts. And instead of unpacking, when you get there, you just put the cube in the drawer. You don't have to take every item out. You just cube it, and then you take it out of the cube as you need. Right?
Yeah.
Lifesaver. But I'm gonna get to. I go to the hotel and I ask the guy, general manager, who are the manager. I go, could you send somebody up here to unpack me? Right?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. But we had it. Listen. We had this done for us in Mexico at a place called the one and only Palmilla. We checked in and this guy said, "Would you like for me to unpack you?" I go, "Hey, yeah." And I'm like, "Wow, I never had that happen before." So now I know that might be a thing. So if I'm going on a vacation,
Yeah.
I'll ask, "You got somebody to unpack me?" And sometimes we get, yeah. And then sometimes we get absolutely. And then sometimes we get, no, we don't offer that. But sometimes I'll just grab a housekeeper, right? And I'll go, "You want to unpack?" She's, yeah. But the problem with that is they don't know how to unpack someone. It's a skill.
Yeah, I would imagine, man. What do? They take all your toiletries out and like put them next to each other on the vanity, or they just put the whole toiletry bag on the vanity thing?
Depends if they know how to unpack. The guy I got now in Mexico,
Yeah.
where we go, that's all I'm wearing now. I think we discussed this. I wear sets. That's all I wear. Matching top, matching shorts. I got the yellow shorts on to match this. There's no thinking in my wardrobe anymore. I just take out a set and I go with it, right? This guy takes out all the sets and hangs them in,
Right.
the shorts are on the clips. It's beautiful.
So
the fucking thing looks beautiful. And this is what I'm doing. I'm doing laundry before I come back. My suitcase looks the same when I return home. It's folded.
beautiful.
There's no like you ever see people's suitcase at the end of the trip? They're fucking the shoes. One shoe is over here, another one's in the other pocket.
Totally.
The t-shirt. Yeah, it looks like
you're packing depressed. You're packing depressed. When you're going away, you're packing excited. You're coming home, you're packing depressed. Just fucking throw it in there. Deal with it when I get home. It's over. Fucking sucks when vacation's over. It sucks.
It does. It really does. When it comes, but I tell you what, the feeling you get when you come home and you unpack a beautiful suitcase is so different than when you're unpacking just a bunch of clop of shit. Like some of the bathing suit's still damp. Fuck.
Oh yeah. I gotta wrap that in plastic because that ain't gonna dry till I get home. And now, do you have staff unpack you when you get home? Or you do it? You do. Yeah. So, by the way, when you get in your bed after your first vacation, it's such a cheeseball thing. Everybody does it. You ever make a comment about nothing beats your own bed when you get back in it after a vacation?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There is moments like that. Although I gotta tell you, I woke up yesterday. I don't know if you've ever had this happen. There's fucking blood in the bed, right? You ever have this? There's spots of blood in the bed.
Spots. That sounds like a cough.
Like little.
Jesus.
Little circles of blood, right? So then I start looking over at my body going, where's it coming from, right?
Of course. Absolutely.
Where's if you see blood in the bed, where's the first place you look on your body? Like the first is
right.
Give me the body.
Well,
part.
Lately I have a blood leak. When I do bleed, it's been from one spot, so I always check that spot. I got a pore in my nose spot? Right here. I got a little pores. You know, you have pores in your skin. One pore here. Sometimes, like when I dry too fast, I'll notice blood on something. I'm like, it's right there. I got to put a little tissue, toilet paper there to dry it. Just the blood coming. So that I would go there, but I guess my nose would be my first place I'd check. What about you?
Okay, so I went with the nose. Right.
Yeah.
You have a second place you go?
Scab wound on the body, maybe a knee or elbow scab wound.
If you got no noticeable scabs, you're going to knees or elbows?
Yeah. I don't even want to do it. I wouldn't even want to fucking. I don't even want to know if it's that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I went to the nose.
Uh-huh.
Then I did an ear. Like, fucking my ear's bleeding.
What the fuck? What would make you do that? Jesus.
Snorkeling. Maybe there's some fucking weird ocean water that got in there. Fuck that. So
It's a fucking real. It's Mexico. Who knows what's going on over there with the amoeba and shit. I hear you.
So
Still nothing?
found out it was on my elbow.
All
I
right.
had like a little scab that broke open. Right.
Oh, God.
I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. So
Now you're sleeping in the same bed with Lana when you notice that, right?
we woke up together. I go, I'm fucking bleeding.
Yeah. I don't know how women sleep with men. We are like bleeding, farting, fucking. Like if my wife bled the next morning, she'd be like, I think I bled. I'm like, you did, and I'm gonna need you to sign this divorce paper right here. So fucking sleeping next to a fucking bloody human being. Get your shit, you know? But men, we roll over. I'm bleeding, baby. I don't know what. Jesus.
So I'm bleeding.
I can't
Where are
believe
we
the
in
pack
time?
story. Yeah, we are probably filled, but I can't believe the pack story.
So yeah, the packing cubes you got to get. All right, listen. Shit, there's so much to go over here, but I think we need a break, bro. We will continue the conversation next week. SebastianLive.com tour is in full. We're going to Orlando, Charlotte, and Charleston, North Carolina, and then the big 5 shows in New York after that.
Awesome.
Pete will be rejoining us on the tour. He took some time off, and we will see you on the road, and we will see you on Patreon. I saw you did a couple loose ends. Sorry I wasn't there for that, but we'll get that back up and running with the two of us. And just a pleasure. I think I'm going to go put on another set for the next show, and we'll continue.
Yeah. Excellent, man. Excellent.
All right.